The British and Irish Lions have won again down under against the First Nations in Pasifika 15, but it was far from easy. Running out eventual winners of 24 points to 19, the Lions came out fast, looking to build on that momentum from Saturday's win against Australia. With early tries from Darcy Graham and Jamie Osborne after a superb kick from Owen Farrell, the Lions were in cruise control with an excellent attacking structure looking to hit the outside man in the pod of three and out the back, frequently finding the outside edge. It really looked like a copy of the Australia-New Zealand Invitational game where the Lions just absolutely hammered their defence, but it wasn't to be. On the 18th minute, Blair Kinghorn threw a massive ball out wide, looking to find that outside edge again, but it was intercepted by Tristan Riley, who scored for the hosts. The momentum then shifted with huge physicality from the hosts and Seru Yuru scoring for them to level up the game. The Lions then couldn't get back into their structure, they couldn't get back the momentum from the game, and they went in frustratingly at half-time 14-all. As expected, the Lions upped the ante in the second half, with a lot of boys looking to gain test selection for that weekend fixture against the Wallabies. Two hard-earned tries were scored by Jamie Osborne and Duhan van der Merwe, with Owen Farrell again at the heart of it. However, the Lions were frustrated as they looked to kick on from their 10-point lead, and the First Nations in Pasifika 15 made it a horrible game at the lineouts throughout the whole match and made it tough at the breakdown. In the 71st minute, the First Nations in Pasifika side scored through Rob Leo to set up a grandstand finish, piling on huge pressure again at the breakdown in the final 10 minutes. They looked to score, but the Lions just about held on with a huge turnover from Henry Pollock just at the end. Such a tight win wouldn't have been what Andy Farrell or his players would have been looking for today, but it's another win on the board, and that makes it 7 down under. A couple of big performances today. I thought Scott Cummings had a good game. He was a bit of a pest. He did sort of the grunt work, the dirty work, the sort of work you don't see in and around the breakdown. He was superb at the line-out. We know his exploits in the line-outs division. I thought Jamie Osborne had a classic Jamie Osborne game, just didn't put a foot wrong. Excellent in the carry, covered the backfield very well when he had to go out to the wing. He's definitely put himself into a good spot. I'm not quite sure he'll make the test side, but he certainly had a fantastic first game for the Lions. I also thought Owen Farrell, I think if you're looking at anyone in that side, you're probably looking at Owen Farrell for coming into the test team. I think he just looks so assured on the ball. I think three of Lions' 4 tries were sort of a direct result of him being that centre where all the play comes through. You know, that superb kick and chase in the first half for Jamie Osborne to score, and then superb hands, just a delay on the pass for Duhan van der Merwe in the second half, and then just being at the centre of that Jamie Osborne try as well in the second half. I thought Owen Farrell just showed his experience, showed why he was selected as captain, and showed why he's been asked to come on tour. So I could definitely see him potentially coming in on that 22nd, that 22 shirt, especially if Marcus Smith's, who went off for an HIA, if that's a recurring problem. But I would expect potentially Owen Farrell to come in for that second test. A couple of other good performances, as always, in the back row. Jack Morgan was very good, winning a couple of turnovers. He also was brought off 25 minutes from the end, so you sort of wonder, what's Farrell thinking there? Is he thinking that he might bring him into the sort of replacements, a bit of freshness, good breakdown operator, and the breakdown obviously has been a bit of a worry for the Lions throughout this whole tour, and it's sort of a component of their game that sides have sort of gone after, as Curtly Bale had actually pointed out. The First Nations in Pasifika captain had pointed out that they'd gone for the breakdown because they saw that as a weakness of the Lions game, and obviously Jack Morgan would help shore that up. So I think he's probably done himself a good turn there. Josh van der Fleer, as always, was very good. Pierre Schumann in the carry was very good in the loose. So there was a lot of decent performances. And we'll see what happens really on Thursday when that test team is announced. It's sort of hard to see that many changes being made, considering, you know, they won the first test pretty convincingly. But yes, I guess we'll see what happens and see who comes in. But make sure to comment below on who you think stood out today and who you think is going to be selected from this game for the weekend. And if you think the Lions can win the series this week.